Dr. Robert Yap, Chair of the ASEAN Business Advisory Council, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. May I announce that I have my text with me today. It's a pleasure to join you today at the ASEAN Business and Investment Summit hosted in Singapore. The ASEAN Economic Community is a vibrant, interconnected region of 630 million people. It's already the 60th largest economy in the world and is projected to become the 4th largest by 2030 after the US, Europe, and China. It's an attractive destination for investments. Last year, ASEAN attracted almost $140 billion of FDI. Technological change is creating new business opportunities in ASEAN, and the ASEAN digital economy is projected to grow to $200 billion by 2025. And this will bring about many more opportunities for our micro, small, and medium enterprises and more jobs for our young and educated workforce. ASEAN member states have grown and prospered because our governments have pursued economic cooperation. As our individual economies developed, we became more confident about deepening ties amongst ourselves and also with others. We took progressive steps towards deeper economic integration and openness, believing this was the best way forward. And the results are visible today. And yet, there's so much more that ASEAN can do. For example, the ASEAN single window went live on 1st January this year for 5 ASEAN member states. And we hope that all of ASEAN will be on board with the ASEAN single window by next year. This year, member states signed the first protocol to amend the ASEAN Trade in Goods Agreement and the 10th and final package of commitments under the ASEAN Framework Agreement on Services. We also concluded the ASEAN Trade and Services Agreement and the 4th protocol to amend the ASEAN Comprehensive Investment Agreement. Later today, we will sign the ASEAN Agreement on e-commerce and endorse the ASEAN Digital Integration Framework, making ASEAN more business-friendly for e-commerce. These initiatives will promote trade and investment flows within ASEAN, reduce barriers, and save costs for our businesses. Businesses have to do their part too. Our companies hope to invest more in one another's countries and do business across all ASEAN markets. And the more integrated and open our markets are, the more conducive our rules and business environments to foreign investment, the larger the pie will grow and the more we will all benefit. But businesses are not always supportive when it comes to opening up our own domestic markets to foreign competition. They may lobby governments to impose regulations or keep industries closed to protect themselves. But having benefited from ASEAN integration and open and connected economies, our businesses should be prepared to adapt and to accept more competition in their home markets in exchange for more access to markets in other ASEAN countries. The ASEAN BAC has played a key leadership role to influence this. It's working to improve physical and digital interconnectivity in ASEAN. For example, recently it launched Smart Growth Connect, which uses technology to improve supply chains and logistics in ASEAN countries. And later today, my fellow ASEAN leaders and I will discuss with ASEAN BAC how regional economic integration efforts can be effective and relevant to business needs, actually later tomorrow. Perspectives and initiatives from businesses are important catalysts in ASEAN's efforts to embrace innovation. I'm happy that ASEAN BAC's recommendations to the ASEAN economic ministers this year also include proposals for digital transformation. And I encourage businesses to take full advantage of these frameworks to expand their regional footprints. ASEAN has great potential, but fully realizing it depends on whether we choose to become more integrated and work resolutely towards this goal in a world where multilateralism is fraying under political pressures. The AEC 2025 blueprint will help guide ASEAN to deepen economic integration, open up new growth frontiers, and create fresh business opportunities. We must play our respective parts as government and business leaders to pursue this vision. Only then can ASEAN continue to be a dynamic region of growth, and only then can we secure a prosperous future for all. I wish you all a productive and successful conference. Thank you very much.